Hello, welcome to the Colourful Creativity Podcast. This is episode 25 and I am Carolien. I'm coming to you from my living room in the Netherlands, Enschede to be exact, and I live on the border with Germany, so the east of the Netherlands. This is my co-host Binks, my Cornish Rex cat. Leia is also in the room, looking around, not wanting to join. So, I think episode 25, so maybe a little bit of reintroducing myself because I saw there's a lot of new subscribers. 300, or actually a little bit over already, so that's really cool. Thank you for subscribing and following me. And I live here with my husband. I am originally a glass bead maker, transferred into yarn because when you make a hobby a job, you need a new hobby, which was yarn, knitting and crochet. First crochet, and then 2 years ago I started to knit and I fell in love with it, and then I started yarn dyeing, and well, now that hobby is turning into a job. But actually, for a hobby and job, it's great still. So learning new techniques is a hobby, and then turning it around as a job. I actually quit my day job last week. So I had my last day there, and as of last Monday, I am fully self-employed. Yay! Which is really awesome, I think. As you see me drinking is just ordinary water, and I'm holding it at the moment because otherwise 2 cats will drink from it. And I really love my cats, but I like my water without a cat. So, of course, welcome to all viewers, new viewers. Hope you like it here and you subscribe, and returning viewers, I'm very happy you like it here and you're coming back again, because you are the ones I'm making this for. Of course, I like to do it, but I like that you like it even more, and I'm really grateful that you're here. Thank you. Has to be said sometimes. What I'm gonna do today is a lot, I think. I did split up the acquisitions from last time in 2 times. That was just postponing the obvious. There's more acquisitions at the moment even, and with the Potiversary coming up, there's some beautiful prizes to win, and they all come in at the moment. So I'll just bite the bullet and go through, and this will be a long episode, probably, I guess over an hour. I have lots and lots to tell you, lots and lots to show you, and it's gonna be a very special episode. So first of all, I have a finished object, and it's really finished now. My exploration station, and maybe you can see it from last time, but it grew like twice the size with blocking, and it is so soft. It feels like cashmere. This is an ultra fine merino, so not cashmere, but it's like 16 micron, and it's so terribly soft that I just want to live in it. It's too hot to wear it, but I really would like to live in it. And this will be my favorite shawl from now on, until I have a new one, of course. I did my doodler, which I love and wore a lot, but it's scratchy sock yarn, so this really has an advantage on that. And I want to make another one. It's so nice, and I even have yarn left to make another one in the same colors, but a different order. So maybe I will do that, or just substitute 1 or 2 colors. I will see. And Things is checking out the acquisitions. Cat approved, I think. I'm showing you a photo now, because then you can see it in one piece, because, well, it's just too big here. So, yeah, that photo I took while walking, I had my shawl with me, and I thought this would be let this be a nice spot. So there were people walking their dog and looking at me like, what the hell are you doing hanging a shawl on a bridge? That lady doesn't tick right. Oh well, that's just me. But I think we knitters all know how that goes, right? You want to make pretty photos of your knitwear. So that's the exploration station. And I can tell you, it's approved by the master himself. And I will tell you more about that later, but I had the pleasure of meeting Stephen himself. I'm so delighted. It was so much fun. And I have a lot to show you about that and tell you. And yeah, it's gonna be fun, this episode. There's another finished object, and I will say it's not mine. It's my mom's. And I wanted to show you because it's made with Unicut. My mom managed to crochet a shawl in 2.5 weeks. This huge thing, like, let me get this off. This whole, yeah, it's not a skein, it's a ball thing, or a bubble, how you want to call it. This whole thing in 2.5 weeks. So, and she didn't even have vacation yet. She was still working. She now has vacation and has nothing to do, because I will tell you more about that when I got later. So yes, this whole thing, I asked her to make one because I didn't have the time, and well, my mom always asked me, do you have something simple to do for me? Like the trace she knit for me, she finished. She cast on another trace for herself again in a lace yarn with 800 meters or so. And then she asked, yeah, I want to crochet something. I said, well, you can do me a favor and crochet this one. So she did. Well, she just loves to do something simple and mindless while watching TV. So, proud daughter for my mom who can do that so fast. So, on to whips, because I was hoping, this is on my notes, sorry. I was hoping for another finished object, but not quite. Oh, actually, I can show you some finished objects in the section spinning. They were all scrunched up in the back. So, I finished this one in the Twitter fleece at the final day. So I wrote with yellow. I was wearing yellow and I finished with spinning yellow. This is my mountain sheep, and I told you last time I hated it, but I did want to finish it. So I did. This is about 42 meters. It's thick and thin. Hi, Minx. There he is. And it's probably enough to make a little animal thingy. I saw a hippo, but it's in a book, and I don't think I was able to get the book, or I didn't like the other patterns and there was only the hippo I liked. But I will see if I can just do that pattern on my own and just fudge it a bit. So that one is finished. I had a little bit of that first braid left to try Navajo ply, which I also did. And only thing I can say is that I have to practice a lot on this because it's not that easy. And then there's the last finished object that's on this bobway kind of spinner, hand spinner I call it. My father-in-law made it for me, and you can also buy these at Lowlands Legacy, and then it's called a bobway spinner. But my father-in-law saw it and he said, oh, I'll make one for you. So thank you, father-in-law. And I finished that mini bed, and I still have to unwind it and see how much it is and skein it. It's probably 20 meters or so as a single, maybe a bit more, but we will see. And this little one, I think it was 15 meters with a 3-ply. So I have been spinning on my wheel also. I didn't get it because I'm still working on it. There is just a, oh, if you hear a weird noise in the back, I think my neighbor's re-roofing their shed. So obviously they have to do that when I want to record. This is left, I think it's about 20 grams. And then I can apply my 100% hand-dyed yarn. 100% Falkland I hand-dyed. So let me put that up there again. Safe for the kitties. Because they will eat all the fluff. Because that is how they are. Right, then on to whips. And first of all, in my knit and stitch bits bag, the one I wanted to finish, but I didn't get it done. This is knit with my hand-dyed soft sock, colorful soft sock in the colorway Mint Chip. And this is how it looks when it's knitted. This is a test knit for Sarah, who is Yarn Poetry. And this is a one skein project. It's a crescent shaped shawl. And there is a lace section here, or actually two. And I am currently at the bind off. I finished this late last night. And now I'm looking at Laia, who is going crazy in her crispy tunnel thingy. Must be something in there. Yeah, it's gonna be a picot bind off. Yay. No, that's not true. It looks great. It just takes some time. So I didn't start it yet this morning because I can't finish it anyways. So I'd rather show it to you like this. And then I can start the picots on my own time. Very nice and relaxing. And yeah, I will say one thing, that I got this skein of soft sock and there were 2 knots in here, which I wasn't too happy about, but I thought I'd rather use that myself than that I sell it. I really only want to sell with a maximum of 1 knot in it. I asked Citron, because there were 2 in it within like 10 meters, what's this about? So apparently I have that 1 in a million skeins and I was the lucky one. You know, who's always the one with a cherry pie who has the seed? Me. Yes. It's the one with a fish with a bone. Me. Yes. So the one with the skein with the 2 knots. Me. Yes. So I have already even woven in the ends here. That's how good I was. And they said normally there's only 1 knot in like 20 to 30 skeins when you buy it. So hopefully you guys, when you buy from me, will never have a knot in there, or a maximum of 1. So 1 is possible, 0 is preferred. But yeah, it's just like commercial yarn. Yarn doesn't come in 100 kilometer. It only comes in like 3 kilometers ish. And then they knot it and they go on, because otherwise they will lose so much yarn. Which I think, well, how much could that be? And what could you do with that? Just make minis or something. So, well, that's just me ranting about knots in yarn because I hate that. So I would love to sell you yarn without knots, and I hope I mostly do, because if I see a knot, I mostly take the skein out and make minis with it. But sometimes they slide through because they are hidden so well. These knots were really, really tiny and really well hidden, but I still decided I didn't want a knot in my work, so I cut it loose and weaving in the ends. So I'm pretty curious, how do you guys do it? Let me know on the Ravelry thread or down here on YouTube. I'm pretty curious. This shawl is knitted on 3.5mm high sharps. And I believe that might be all there is to say. It's quite a pleasurable knit, really quick, with a lot of purl rows, and I have noticed how fast I am at purling now, so When this one is finished, I will be a very good girl and get my cardigan out again so I can finish this year. I really want to finish this within 1 year. I might even start a second garment knit along where you can do whips as long as you're less than halfway or something. I think that will be a good one. Are there people from the first garment knit along who still have their garment unfinished in some whip pile? I'm sorry. If so, shout out, please. Let me know I'm not the only one. Next project. Let me see. Another knit and stitch bits bag. La la la. In here is Trace. This is the yarn I'm using. It is wholly inspired by Bollicus. It's a hand-dyed yarn and it's a 65% merino extra fine and 35% silk, which is the Seidenstrasse base from Citron. And it's my water layer. You know, if I put it here, she will just climb on the chair and drink it anyways, but we will see. And I will admit, I only did like 4 rows. I took it with me to everywhere, I think, except when I went to Amsterdam for 2 days. Because to Amsterdam I already had 3 projects and I didn't want to take a 4th because I didn't have the room for that. Because I packed too much and I wanted to take some stuff from Amsterdam too. So yes, this one didn't get a lot of attention. It came to me yesterday when I went to the city center and I had lunch with my husband and I knitted a bit on it. No, I didn't even have the chance to knit at it at lunch. I knit at it while I was waiting for my glasses to be repaired because they were hurting behind my ears. People who wear glasses know the feel, I guess. And it took me like 45 minutes to get it good again. So I had some time to knit, but then you have to knit 3 stitches, you have to fit it. You can knit a row, you have to fit it, and it's just slow knitting. But hey, I was doing some on it. Pattern is by Trace Vossen, sorry Buck. Pattern is called Trace and it's by Buck Vossen. There is a knit along for it, the Zomertrace call. You can follow that on Instagram, which is really cool. And yeah, well, that was Trace. Whip number 2, racing through here. Whip number 3 is in my bag, my crazy cat bag, which is fitting because these are my crazy color socks, crazy rainbow socks, sorry. And as you can see, I knitted quite a bit on it. And I did that all on knit night. Yeah, I did that all on knit night. I did it on knit night at Stephen and Penelope's in Amsterdam last Thursday. As I told you, last Monday was my last day at work. And I got a message from Petra, my friend, from Undercover Otter, who is also selling her yarn at Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam, that it might be a fun idea to come on Thursday for knit night and to celebrate my self-employment. And I thought that was an amazing idea. She also told me Stephen would be there. And since I went to Amsterdam like 5 times and I missed him, I thought if he really is going to be there, I might be going. But I thought, no, it's just too last minute for me. And then I have to stay over and I have to sleep with someone. And well, my husband said, why are you being so damn difficult, lady? Just go. You have the time on yourself now. You can do the things you like. You just go. Well, so I said, Petra, is that bed still available? And she said, yes, that is. And I went. I went on Thursday morning, and I first went to Utrecht. I went to my friend Lily, her new yarn store, Sticks and Cups. It's in Utrecht, in the center, city center, Telingstraat. And it was still not finished. That's just all I can say. When I came, it was just not finished. There were boxes everywhere, and she was still building cases and cabinets for the yarn. There was yarn everywhere. And yeah, well, I just came in, we had lunch together. I took a short clip of that place and it was awesome. And I will insert that clip here now. So you saw there were still boxes and there was a lot of yarn already in the cabinets and it looked so beautiful. So those bowls with the cotton in it and the cabinets with sorry, Laya's eating my cardigan. She's looking at me like, wow, I'm innocent. So the cabinets were filled with beautiful rainbows of yarn. Like every yarn she has comes in all the colors there are. And it was just heaven. So if you are in Utrecht, near Utrecht, check her out. She has a beautiful shop. And I'm very proud to tell you that in October, when there is the official opening, October 1st, I will have my yarn and my yarn balls and everything I make, like stitch markers, in her shop for a month. And you can feel and look at my yarn in Utrecht. And you can buy it, of course, too. So yes, that will be fun. And I'm really looking forward to that. I am going to dye a lot of stuff before that. So. But then I went to Amsterdam, and that was what I wanted to tell you. I had a blast with Petra. It was just so much fun together. You take two crazy people who love colors and yarn and, well, you shake that and you have a party. I think just, well, confetti, and it was really, really cool. And her boyfriend Marnix was also at home, and yeah, it was so much fun seeing him work with the rescanner. And he also went with us to knit night, craft night, and it was just a blast. So thank you, Petra, for letting me stay, and I hope we will do that again not too long from now, or that you guys come to me. You're always welcome. So yeah, I did a lot during that craft night. Like I told you, I knitted this, and this is from my crazy rainbow sock blanket. Here you can see it. Very curious how this will go on. I'm knitting these on 2.25 millimeter higher sharps. And yeah, I did more that night. I also made a clip, of course, of Stephen and Penelope's store. ate their hedgehog fibers. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me on the hedgehog fibers. And of course I met Stephen West. I have a photo of him and me together, which I will insert here now. And I also caught Mr. Stephen West shopping yarn, of course. So I have a little clip of that as well.
Hello. Yarn shopping. My favorite hobby.
I do stash
It's
everything.
a profession. It's a hobby that turned into a job because I did it all the time.
And for those of you who don't know Petra, I have a clip of her as well with her yarn. Like, ta-da! This is my yarn, which is really awesome. That was fun, right? Oh, I had such a blast. And Stephen is so nice. And he was fondling all the hedgehog and looking for his next project, which was really, really pretty. There's a photo on Instagram of the set he put together. It was so awesome. So, the other project I took with me to knit night was in this one, my fondant fiber bag made by Deb. And in here was this big one, which of course is my dotted ray shawl. And I don't have the pattern here, it's somewhere hidden in the house probably. And in here is this. I was only here last time and I did quite a bit. I had to think even more, but I managed to fix some errors in it, and yeah, I love it. So it's better now. And I had it on Knit Pro wooden needles first because I had to get that feeling with knitting with the Unicat, because it's cotton acrylic 50-50 and it's not plied, and that makes it quite yeah, there's no stretch in here, so that was a bit of a struggle. But with those wooden needles it went so slow that I thought, well, I'm gonna put it on high sharps again. So I did. I put them on 3.5 millimeters, and I only have those left in short tips, so 4-inch tips, and I don't like 4-inch tips. I decided to get my Haya adapters for my what is it called, small size to miniature size, and put them on a miniature size cable, like the sock set cable, and it works like a charm. They are 5-inch now because that adapter is 1 inch. No problems at all. So I think my 4mm, my 3.5mm 4-inch tips will be going into my sock set now and not in my regular set. And I really love the feel of this. So it will be better, and it is already going better. You just have to get used to it. Just like in crochet, you have to get used to it. So the dotted race is of course a Stephen West pattern. He looked at it and he said that shell's gonna be huge. So yeah, it's gonna take a while and you will be seeing this for a long time probably, but I love it. And I was not the only one. My mom loved that too, and she wanted to cast it on with a 1270 meter ball of Unicat. And the one I'm using is 1090 meters. And I said to my mom, well, are you sure 1270 is gonna be like a huge towel and not really a shawl? And she said, well, then I will take a smaller one. So she did, and I had to cast it on because it was a professional cast on, and my mom doesn't know how to do that and she didn't want to learn. So at craft night here at my place, the first Tuesday of the month, I cast it on with this color, so a gray to white. And what can I say? This is how much she got done, because she didn't brought the Dutch pattern, so I had to translate it for my English pattern and tell her row by row. And then she made a mistake. She forgot a knit front knit back, and she had to think back. And then she had a too long loop on this one, and now I have to fix it. And she's coming by to have lunch with me. So I pretty much have to fix this after recording and see how to do that. And talking about thinking, let me get my other project back, because I wanted to show you. I made a mistake here, and I didn't even show you how much I did. Like, I made a mistake about here. So I ripped it all the way back to here. And so that is where I started. So I did all this in 2 weeks, which I think is a lot. Considering that I also did other things. So yeah, I'm happy. That was all the whips. All the finished objects. Let me check my notes. I already told you that I was still spinning on my Falkland. So that whip was already out of the way. So I think that means we're at acquisitions. The first one I promised you last time. You can see it over here. It's my Big Hero drum carder. And it's by Woolmakers. And I will not get it because it's too heavy to get for me like that. I will insert a little clip of it, how it works, or at least how it looks like when it's turning and there's no fleece or fiber or anything in there. Now we will just dive into my huge acquisitions pile, because it's really huge. During the Tour de Fleece, I got a little bit fiber enthusiastic, and I had asked a friend, because I saw some beautiful fiber online on Instagram at a shop long time ago, and she already said, if you want me to go there, just let me know. Tell me what you want and I will get it for you, because she lives like 5 or 10 minutes away from it. And I asked her if she wanted to get me some, because I was really enjoying the spinning. So she got me this beautiful merino fiber. It's 100% merino. You can also felt with it, but I love to spin with it. It's like 200 grams. Beautiful brown with purples and green. And the more important one was this one. This beautiful rainbow fiber. I love it. And this didn't come in a braid. I braided it myself. It came in balls. And they were looking a bit messy, so I thought I will just make some braids with it. Because I just love braids. And I'm not sure what this is going to be, how I'm going to spin it. I will just see that later. And there was a lovely card with it of a yarny lady. And she was so sweet. Dear Esther. She saw this one and she loved it. And she added it as a gift for me. And I was in tears when I saw it, of the kindness and just being so grateful for having yarny friends, and they all understand. You can see a layout here. Little Miss Mischief. And well, I love this color also, so, and it's so soft. It's really, really soft. And will be probably harder to spin with because merino. But I think I can manage, and I really love merino, so this will go back in this huge box. Next thing I got during the Tour de Fleece was also spinning inspired, because someone was destashing their spindle. This is a Kromsky spindle, and again it's pretty heavy, so I think this should be a top model, but the disc is loose, so I'm not really sure if it might be a bottom one or that you can just use it as both. I don't know. It is on the heavy side again. I think it's also around 80 grams, and I will see what I will do with it. It is lovely and smooth and like really nice wood. So I got this one from Carolien, who was destashing, and I swapped with her. She got some beautiful sock yarn, and this was not the only thing I got. There is a beautiful card with this. You want to check out the spindle? Oh, scratch your head, spindle. There was also some fiber with it, and I put it in this bag because that would keep it a bit more safe. Open. Oh shoot. You know those bags? They are not the best. How to get this open now? Get it in. Are you open? Yes, you're open. So this was also something I braided myself. A beautiful dark blue fiber. And there was nothing in there to tell me what it was. And let me see. This blue fiber is from Berlin. She said there was this card. But it's not really super soft. So I am not sure what it is. Staple length is not too long, but maybe a little bit longer than merino. I'm not sure. And this beautiful bat was also with there, probably from the spindle. It's like a red and bluish, so it makes a bit of a purple. Put it back before the cats get their ribbon. Put the cards in like that. Close it carefully and put it aside. And that was not the only thing she sent. She also sent a beautiful mini skein of Regia, Arnie and Carlos, and it's color 3655. Get that out of the way. And then we will get to the next package. And in that package was some fiber to kill someone. This is a vacuumed package with a bed of BFL with naps and nylon. And let me see if I can just open it. Yes. Getting the air in. And then there is the fluff. There is the fluff. Now you can see it better. there's 2 cats on my lap. Because I have like these. And we want to smell all the things. So I'm pretty curious how that with naps is gonna be. Never gonna get it in again, of course. Oh, 2 snoopers. Nosy nosies. Yeah, I thought so. That was not the only thing Petra sent me. And at that time we didn't even know we were going to meet up last week. So she sent me all the things. There is this little mini skein, or actually this big mini skein of Socks That Rock in Tiny Terror. 60 grams even. This is about 5 grams of a Stash Addict yarn in the colorway Oh La La. Oop. That's not safe for cats. And this is about 5 grams of Hedgehog fibers. Colorway Where's My Bike? Which is awesome. Which is a really pretty speckled yarn. So those are going again in my big bag next to me. And then there is another package of Petra from Undercover Otter. And in here are 2 samples of fluff. Here's a beautiful card. This will be the Undercover Otter sponsor part. Because these are giveaway prizes for the Potterversary. And next week I will do a whole segment where I show you all the prizes at once. But there is a beautiful maplewood spindle in here. I believe it was maplewood. But it's beautiful. It has a beautiful groove in it. And it's a top horror. That's for sure. So that one is really, really nice. But that's not the only prize. Because there is also this beautiful battle bat, which is like the battle between the 2 colors. And the colors are Toxie, which is the green one, and Screaming Satsuma, which is the orange one. And this is a 100% organic merino, 23 micron roving, and it's 50 grams, give or take. Mostly pretty generous. And it's so soft and fluffy. It's really, really beautiful. So that's one prize, the spindle with the bat. And the other prize, because that was not the only thing she sent, nope, because she is that generous, is this beautiful watermelon needle nest. And if you don't know how to use that, there is on the back instructions for your double pointed needles, but also how to use it with circulars. If you rather be knitting on circulars, you can still use a needle nest. And that is just awesome. And there was also a for Carolien. And I already opened it, but the glue was good enough. And there was a cute little note in there. Oh god, I think we have a fly. And Laya's going crazy. And I also got this beautiful needle nest. Yay! And that is just so nice of Petra and Marnix to send me that. But thank you! The note said that you really have to celebrate everything. And the first year is just like, yay, amazing. So, celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Of course, there are her cards in the box, so I can send everyone a beautiful card where you can find Petra, Undercover Otter, and on Etsy, Undercover Otter yarn. So check her out, people. She's really, really nice and awesome. I'm not sure if her shop is open actually at the moment. I think it is. I think it is. If not, check back in like 2 weeks. So I will not put it back. And I even have more Undercover Otter stuff. Because, well, going to Petra, I never leave empty-handed. I never. But that's how we are. Because I bought myself such a beautiful spindle too, because it's lighter than that heavy one. It's like 50 grams. And that's way better, I think, than 80 grams. I like them even lighter, but I thought this might be a good one for Robert, since I busted his one and he still didn't fix it. Thought this one looks a bit more solid. So it was just makeup for being away for 2 days, and well. And I also have this one. She showed me how to card and how to use the drum carder, really. And we just put together all the fluff we could find, and in here is silk and viscose, sparkle, merino. I think that's about what we all put in there, but in multiple colors. And oh yeah, locks. You can see it here, and here's also a curly lock. That was really a lot of fun to make, and I'm really curious to spin this, and I wanted to spin it on that spindle as well. And I thought when I got home last week, get the spindle and start, and I thought, no, I have to wait till after recording so I can show this to you. So now I showed it, now I can use it. Next up, when being in Amsterdam, you can't leave empty-handed, from Stephen and Penelope, of course. So I got this cute little project bag. And in here, it's me being a good girl. Only buying 2 skeins of Hedgehog fiber sock yarn. And these are both potluck colors, number 5 and number 6. So they are like misfits, experiments, how you want to call it. I think potluck is really nice for Irish. And I was wearing my yellow greenish dress, and I was holding this like this. And like both Stephen and Petra said, that looks like camouflage. Those are your colors. You have to buy it. You cannot not buy it. Or actually, if you just walk out like this, nobody will see it. That's how good the camouflage is. Like these colors were just screaming, this is Carolien. So I couldn't leave them behind. Those poor little ones. And when I saw some videos and some photos of the Hedgehog wall, I think I saw them yesterday at Instagram, they were like magically all gone. There were big holes in there, and yeah, last time in February there was just this tiny little bit of Hedgehog fibers. Now there was a whole wall with only 3 holes in there. And after craft night there were like 6 holes in there, and like a week later there's just gaping holes in there. So that's how fast Hedgehog fibers is going. And I do understand that. It is beautiful yarn. So it really is nice. I have no clue what it's gonna be. I was thinking maybe some socks, but then again it's 90% merino, 10% nylon, and I know from my last one, but this is a new base, so maybe I should give it a try for socks. I'm just not sure. It's just too soft to become socks, I think. Maybe I should dye something and add that to it, or put this one with the 1 skein I have left from the last base. I'm not sure. We'll see. Also, I got these cute little measuring tapes and this needle gauge. I got the small sized one. Next time I will also get the big sized one, I think, because they're really lovely. And I'm a bigger fan of small sized needles, so that's why I thought I will get the small one. But now there are projects coming up with like 5 or 6 millimeter needles. And I don't even own them, I think, so I have to buy them. which means I will probably buy them at Haya and sell them also. So yeah, well, that's what I bought from Stephen and Penelope in Amsterdam. But that's not the only thing I came home with, because Stephen was doing a major de-stash, and there was a game. If you put something on the table, even if it's your drink, you have to get something off the table. And I felt a bit like I am just here for today and it's just a coincidence, and should I get something? And then I couldn't leave empty-handed. So this project bag was like screaming my name, of course. So I got that. And it's beautiful. And inside is just crazy fabric. Like, the combination is just lovely. The stripes with the polka dots. I love that. So that's this. And then after a while, there was such a big book pile. If I put my hand down here, you can see it. So this was like half the book pile. It was like huge. That pile of books. And Nancy Marchand, who you might all know as the Brioche Queen, was also there because she lives in Amsterdam. And she was like selling the books, like, this is something for you, and this is something for you, and people, this is the best book ever. It was so much fun. We had a blast. But I looked at this one, and if you got the book in hand, you had to take it with you. So there are worse books to take with you. The Book of Wool, The Knitter's Book of Wool by Clara Parks, who also wrote The Knitter's Book of Yarn. And yeah, well, it was just very, very nice. And the book is really pretty. And there's all sorts of information on sheep, with sheep, how the wool looks, how the yarn looks, what you can do with it, and the crimp and felting qualities, if it has a luster, staple length, how many microns, and really, really nice book. I think it's a pretty expensive book also. So, but yeah, I got it. And yeah, I think that was all about Amsterdam then. I'm looking next to me in my big bag, and I found this book. The Book of Carding, the Ashford Book of Carding, the revised edition. A Hand Spinner's Guide to Fiber Preparation by Jo Reeve. And I got this book as a goodbye present from my old job. So, from my colleagues, I got this. And it is just beautiful. There are knitting projects in here, but also how to card and how to use my drum carder, which is really nice, of course. And I'm looking for the page with the rainbow. Like, where is it? You can also see how to hand card. Let me find it here. How to use hand carders, which is a good thing because I have my hand carders like almost a year now, and they are still somewhere in a box, brand new. Here you can see things, how to use them and what happens with it, and different fibers in and how that looks. Like here is a beautiful rainbow. I think that looked lovely. So on the back also, look at that. I just love that. And there were so many rainbows. I showed it to a friend and she looked it up online because we were talking on the phone. She looked at how the cover looked and she said, yep, that's you. No questions asked, that's just you. So, and there is another acquisition then, which I got because I got my drum carder and because I am, well, a sparkle person. Sparkle, sparkle. So I got a lot of Angelina in favorite colors. This is like peacock and lime, gold, And this is lemon yellow. But also some really beautiful rainbow fire star. I think that is awesome. That looks so lovely. Here, see the other side. It's really pretty. So there, I did order something at another store, but that still hasn't come. I think I ordered it 2 weeks ago, so. But some things weren't in stock, so I have to be patient, which is difficult. You know me. And then there's this last bag, which is from Made by Beer, my friend Birgit. And in here, I have unpacked it all because she beautifully wraps the things you buy. But I thought if I unwrap it now, it looks a bit silly. So in here are some new bags, and this one will be for the podiversary. I knit so I don't kill people. And I have another I knit so I don't kill people in a beautiful minty green. You still have to read it. So. And then there's this beautiful one. She was having a sale, so I thought I might stock up. If I can't take my yarn, I'm not going. And this one is also a I knit so I don't kill people. And this one is just much better. Yarn is the answer. Who cares what the question is? I think they are all amazing, and hopefully I will be able to take them with me in October to the opening of Sticks and Cups, the official opening. She's already open. You can visit Lily and say hi from me. So yeah, I hope that we will be able to sell them there too. I think, seeing my list, that were all the acquisitions. We're almost at an hour, and there's clips in between here, so we'll probably be over an hour. And I still have some things to tell you, so we will just take a sip of water. I hope you do too, or tea or coffee or something else. And I will just go on. Yeah, for the podiversary, I showed you the Undercover Otter bed and spindle and the needle nest. That's 2 prizes. I showed you the Made by Beer bag, and I showed you last week Sarah's Texture Crafts yarn, and there will be yarn from me. There will be a pattern from Netter's Knits, Natalie, the Avocowl. And then there is a new edition. There will also be a pattern by Sarah, who is Yarn Poetry. And I'm not yet sure which pattern it will be. If it will be the one I'm test knitting or a different one. But I will tell you next week. Or next time, sorry, in 2 weeks. And yeah, so we have quite some prizes. Of course, I will throw in stitch markers, I will throw in yarn, I will throw in de-stash yarn. Well, for me it's de-stashing. It will be a nice skein of Malabrigo probably, and some sock yarn from Regia, I believe, that I had, or Opal. I have some things in mind to send to you as gifts, so yeah, that will be probably a lot to give away. So keep your eyes on this podcast next time. Then I will also tell you how you can win it, because I didn't make my mind up yet how I'm gonna do it. So I'm sorry. If you have suggestions how you would like to win it, then I cannot see if you are subscribed. Not everyone has that publicly in their profile. So I cannot do it on subscriber basis. So I will do it on comment basis. And probably on YouTube and Ravelry. In the special thread on Ravelry. And if you don't have Ravelry, you can just comment on YouTube. There's only one entry per person, of course. And I will probably make a big bowl with all the names and then get the bowl, the name out of the bowl. That's what I'm thinking. If you have different suggestions, let me know. So yes, that is that and that and that. And then for general chatter, I am showing you some clip. Yeah, it's a little clip from Craft Night, which we had last Tuesday. And it's from Velmut, who is Chaos in Wonderland. Oh, that was a Binks. He jumped off my lap. I'm sorry. And she was sticking her sweater, or her cardigan actually. She was just cutting it open. And we were all like, oh, she's cutting it. And she already did it for the third time, I think now. And she loved it. And I really thought, next thing I'm gonna do is do that as well. So while we were at it, we planned to make a sweater knitting course with optionally making it a cardigan because you can stick it. And we are in the process of thinking it through, and I am seeing so many lovely sweaters and cardigans at the moment that I want to knit them all. So that's a problem for me, you know me. We are planning on doing it with probably Streepjes Stone Washed Extra Large because it will be a nice and thick and quick knit that way. And people will learn a top-down construction with raglan sleeves, which will be awesome. It will just be awesome. We are looking at patterns, different patterns, free patterns, writing our own pattern together, or she will write it and I will test knit it, and it will just be a lot of fun, I think. And it's gonna be a 3-time course. It's not gonna be 3 weeks because not everyone is that fast, and I think between the first 2 will be 2 weeks and then it will be 4 weeks, so you can do the rest. We will just see how it goes. Yeah, so Binks going through the acquisitions and coming in from the side. Oh, poor little guy. Look at this. What's on this side? I don't know if you can see that. Look. He's bitten by his sister and now he's licking it open and open and open and open and open again. He also has some spots on his belly. Poor little thing. So well, I was telling you about the clip of sticking, which I will add in at the end. And there's no cat clips this time. I wasn't at home that much. The camera was with me, and they weren't doing really silly things. They were just sleeping, playing a little bit, fighting, biting. And yeah, not much happened with those two. But you saw them in the podcast anyways. And I think that will be it. No, very important. I dyed yarn. Some shop news. Because we were talking about knitting all the things and all the garments. I have dyed some lace in the midnight blue colorway, which you can see as a test knit or a sample here. This is knit by my friend Charlotte, and this is a really, really beautiful shawl. The pattern is Kitten by Monique Boomstra, which I really love just for the name. And I'm thinking actually of knitting one myself because, well, Charlotte wants this back someday. She didn't want it back immediately because I can use it as a sample label. But then I thought, well, someday she's gonna want to have it back, and I love that color, and it really suited me because I wore it for a photo. I thought if I have the chance, I have to wear it. So I made one for myself and one for the shop, and then I thought, maybe I should knit something else with it, because I saw some beautiful lace tops, and then you need 2 skeins, so maybe I will keep them myself. I only have 2 skeins of empty undyed lace yarn left, and I'm not sure if I will buy it again because it's not really selling. There's 2 yellow in this shop and also 1 purple. Maybe that's just not everyone's color. That I can totally understand. But I'm thinking of dyeing another 2 of midnight blue because I just love it. And then I can knit a top with this. I saw a pattern by Tin Can Knits, which is called Bonnie, I think. It was a lace top and a bit of this shaped. And this is then a lace pattern here. And the rest is simple. Knitting around, bottom up, looked really nice. And the other thing I'm thinking about is combining these 2 some way. But then it would be a shawl or a stripy thing. And I'm not wearing stripy things because, well, horizontal stripes, I feel not that good in it. So, suggestions? Anyone? I love these colors together. The yellow and the midnight blue. It's like golden and midnight blue. Just choices. Maybe I will knit a kitten in yellow and then a top in the midnight blue. I don't know. That's the advantage of having it all at your place. I have to sell it, but sometimes some things are not for sale. These are for now. Well, the blue ones aren't in my shop yet, but the golden one is. And then I hid it very well up here. What is in my shop are new glass beads, because I have been making beads again. And those of you who follow me on Instagram know what I did, because I did this with the whole Pokemon hype. Go on, focus on the Pokeballs. Here you can see the Pokeball stitch markers, and this one is the small one and this one is the bigger one. You can see the difference in size here, and they are made to order. So if you order them, I will make them and send them to you. That means there will be a shipping time of about 1 to 2 weeks on there, because I need my time to make them and to finish them, because bead making takes me like a day. Somebody's curious. And like I make them and then they have to be baked in my kiln. My kiln is a big oven which goes to 520 degrees, and then it has to be annealed. The beads have to de-stress the glass. If I heat them, cool them, heat them, cool them while working, they will have stress in it, in the molecules, and that needs to be de-stressed, which is annealing. And it goes from 520 to 450 and then 350, and very slowly. It takes hours, and then it cools down to room temperature, which also takes like hours. So I always take like 24 hours to make the bead. Then I have to clean them, and then they have to dry. I clean them with water, of course, and a file. No, not a file. Hey, silly. You can't do that. You cannot sniff that. Sniffing the drum carder. Silly one. It's like sniffing a cactus, I think. It's like a bead reamer. Yeah, that's what it's called. And you clean the whole of the bead, then it has to dry, because if I use them wet, the metal will discolor a lot that I used for making the stitch marker. So that way we have hours and hours of work into making beads. And that way is shipping time 1 to 2 weeks. So, but that then I could put them in the shop already and just make them if they are ordered, and not wait until I have a lot of them and I can put them up and then wait and wait. And every bead will be different. They will not be exactly the same as the photo. I try, but it's handmade, so all beads will be unique. So that said, that was the shop update for this time. They are making a lot of noise outside. Some people are having fun. So, well, I guess it's time to say goodbye before there's more noise in the garden next door. And yeah, enjoy the sticking clip I made, and I will see you back in 2 weeks with, of course, the podiversary announcement. And the week off, in a month, there will be the podiversary draw for the winners. So, see you then. Bye bye.